Well, hello everybody. Welcome to maybe you know about tides today. Um, Different setting. I feel different. I like my spot back there. um, but I hope you guys have having a good day. Um, in general, we did this one a little bit early, so we can do another one tonight. It's gonna be a surprise. Um, but
I'm Andy, by the way. Hi. Just sitting back here.
sitting back
Gonna
there.
learn a little bit about tides and waves and
Today's the first of the month.
oh, all of a sudden sirens started going off. I'm like,
It's still scary.
is it time?
Yeah, it's still scary.
Is it time?
We never know. But
Hit the bunker.
Usually we get a notification on our phone or something, right?
Maybe.
It's just the
First Wednesday of the month, little sirens going off. Timed it perfectly to start the stream. So maybe tides and waves. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to separate the two a little bit.
Has anything to it? Maybe the sun has something to do with it too, which we were just learning about that. But let's start with the tides are the rhythmic rise and fall of the ocean waters. A fascinating natural phenomenon primarily driven by the moon's gravitational pull. So, as the moon goes around us, the tides move with it, I suppose. Um, their curious nature has shaped human history, navigation, and marine life for millennia, and I believe that. Um, the ocean seems to somehow have a primarily role on how some species got to survive major um, events throughout history, especially since this planet has gone through maybe two um, worldwide extinction events. And I guess the lower, some creatures have been able to live in the ocean deeps.
Okay.
They survive for millennia because they only fed themselves with microscopic beings that are down there and carcasses. No, but the ocean pretty much.
Okay.
And how it has changed human history, navigation, and marine life for millennia. Uh, but pull we get from the moon changes the shape of the earth, making it more bulgy on two spots. It's more like an oval, other than a circle. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, which creates a dual bulge.
Yep.
I think I heard over here on the video that you put for me earlier that usually Earth or any planet has just one gravitational pull.
Okay.
But ours, being the way it is and in the spot it is, it makes a dual effect.
Yep.
And
the way the sun and the moon is, and then sometimes they're both over here,
Yep.
so it makes
like the way we align in our orbit. Orbit.
Okay.
It's how we get a double bulge sometimes.
Okay.
Which the moon's gravity pulls the ocean water towards it, creating a bulge on the side of Earth facing the moon.
Why doesn't it pull like the big lakes towards it?
I feel like an ocean being more of a big water Yeah, like it's a big water. Um, what's the word? Um,
Yeah, but what about like the Great Lakes? Is there a bigger
it's
pull on the
still
Great Lakes than there is
still
on
it
smaller
needs
lakes?
it needs to be deep enough.
That's a very insightful way to think about it. You're right that the Great Lakes are massive, but the concept of a bigger hole doesn't quite apply to tides in a lake. The answer is no.
It needs to be deep enough.
To the Great Lakes does not create.
Crazy.
I know. Um, aside because the solid Earth is pulled toward the moon more than the water on the far side. So it creates a little. That's why we get the lower tides on certain
It's the width,
areas.
not the depth.
It's the width. So water, ocean being a bigger water body. See? Bigger. And rotates these two bulges. Most coastal areas experience two high tides and two low tides. So as the moon goes over here, this are the two high tides, and this gap little here are the low tides. That's how it goes around.
The spring tide is about 2 inches.
About 2 inches. Spring tide. Yes.
So how much is the biggest difference of ocean tides?
The actual height and timing of tides are heavily influenced by local geography, including the shape of coastlines, ocean basin size, and water depth.
53.4 feet.
Yep, that's
The
on
Bay of
Fundy in Canada, and has the
Nova
largest.
Scotia. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know.
Oh,
And it's
how is
even
why
more
is it not
Guinness.
constant?
Well, the moon goes through phases too. That has something to do with it.
Yeah, right. But why would that if it's not if it's 53, why is it so much here compared to Alaska is only 46.9?
It depends on the spot.
But why?
Because some areas are more closer to the moon than others. That creates a difference.
Why are some places bigger gaps than others? You think it's elevation?
I would say so. If the moon has something to do with it and its gravitational pull, I would say if some countries are more closer to it somehow, they will get more tides and higher tides.
No, I mean, why is there larger tides in one area than in other area?
I would say that's the case. Yeah, the funnel effect.
Okay.
And with the moon being in either full or new moon makes a difference too, because it's it aligning with the sun.
The funnel effect. Okay.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay. So if you got like a V-shaped, and this is all beach, and it slowly goes, you got a long, not like a drop off. You're gonna see the bigger difference.
Yeah, between the other one that's right here, because that's the funnel effect.
Right. That's the time it takes
to pull away.
Pretty much just like a wave, kind of like a wave works, but how long it takes the two, the high tide and the low tide.
To get together.
It's different in different locations of the world, obviously.
Okay.
Ephedromic points. They actually rotate. Amphidromic points, where the tidal range is effectively zero. Small tides, areas very close to like the Gulf of Mexico, Tahiti. Large tides, like I thought it was going to give me spots. Larger tidal range, it doesn't.
Like the sun, like we said earlier, the sun has something to do with it.
Yep.
Because it makes a pole too, which I didn't know that.
Why not?
The sun also exerts a gravitational pull. Thought it is only about half as strong as the moon's in generating tides due its greater distance. When the sun, moon, and earth align, either during a new moon or a full moon, their combined forces create extra high tides and extra low tides, known as spring tides. So in spring, I guess that's when it happens the most. We get to see extra low and extra high. When they are at right angles to each other during quarter moons, okay, their poles partially cancel out, resulting in weaker neap tides. Cancel out. But it's partially, so okay, the world's weird. Local variations. The actual height and timing of tides are heavily influenced by local geography, including the shape of coastlines, ocean basin, and water depth. This is why the Caribbean has tides of only a few inches, while the Bay of Fundy in Canada has the world's largest tidal range, over 50 feet. That's a lot of me's. A lot of me's. How about in the past? Before ancient theories. Let's see. Before scientific understanding, people developed various theories of tides. Some ancient cultures in the Mediterranean, where tides are small, attributed the changes to the earth breathing or to water flowing in and out of vast undersea caverns. The Yungu people in Australia mythically linked the tides to the moon filling and emptying with water. How does that work? So in every phase it was pouring water?
Well, the tides rise into a cavern or cave, and then they, and they do that twice in a 24-hour period.
But
so that's also creating the hole bigger too,
right?
Because the water.
But they would link it with the moon phases. That's how I take it. Like as the moon.
Well, that's when you go monthly. There's a really high tide, so maybe it's a cave or a cavern or whatever that only hits when it's high tide in the month, not every day, right?
I don't know. That's why I want to ask him and see. I would like to go back in time and see how is that you linked this up to that up.
Well, just like everything, we were able to connect everything to the stars and moon,
which I didn't knew.
That's why gods came from there, because that's how we realized everything was working.
Well, how about when
and that we were in this bigger, that we didn't live in this small little world, that we lived in this
Well,
galaxy.
how about when did we discover that the moon and the earth and the
Before
everything?
Christ.
It was before Christ. 300. 325 BC.
That's when? I feel like it was way before then. I think it was before.
That's what it says. It was around 325 BC.
I think it was before written language, even. You know?
However, the actual mechanism, gravitational pull, wasn't scientifically proven until much later.
Well, I'm not
And it was
talking
the Greek.
about. I'm not necessarily talking about
The Greek.
the exact. Hey, we know this. Hey, we figured this out. If you put
Right,
this equation together, it results in this.
I don't even know if they knew equations like that. I mean,
right. Yeah.
They're trying to understand things, but mathematics. I don't know when was mathematics really. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I don't like to talk to it.
No, that's fine. Type away. I like to talk.
I know. When was mathematics? Found, not invented. Right?
I don't think we just stumbled across it. Oh, look at this on the floor. Mathematics, guys, pick it up. 4 + 4. No.
We have the tables like that somewhere inscripted. I know.
We didn't find it. It's not like aliens.
Wasn't a single invention at a specific point in time. It emerged gradually across multiple ancient civilizations as humans needed ways to count, measure, and describe the world around them. The invention of mathematics is more accurately described as a series of discoveries and the development of formal systems over millennia. Early beginnings, prehistoric. Basic mathematical concepts like counting and measurement likely started in prehistoric times. Archaeological finds like the Ishango bone, dating back perhaps 20,000 to 18,000 BC, suggest early forms of tallying or perhaps even an understanding of prime numbers.
Right. So it was a long, long time ago. Anyways, that I believe it was before written anything, when we were still telling stories about the sun or the stars or the moon. When we didn't write shit down yet, we knew that the moon caused, seemingly the moon, when it hit certain stages, did this to the earth. Obviously, same with the sun, same with the positioning of the stars that made, well, positioning of earth, but the positioning of the stars made, hey, when they're like this, it's wintertime. When it's like this is going on. This must be the gods controlling seasons, us when things are going on. Like there's a higher power out there contributing to all this.
Like storms will come in, and that's the god of storms.
Right.
Maybe a sandstorm, that's the god of sand.
Right. Right. Yep.
Maybe we will sneeze a lot, and that was the god of the bees maybe doing something. I mean,
right.
That was stuff,
and that's a whole different thing.
Ordeal, pretty much. But it's true, the phases of the moon has a lot to do with it, especially if the sun, earth, and the moon are aligned with each other. Like we said, it kind of cancels out the pull somehow, which results in neap tides, which is the lowest. Yeah, which is the lowest tides we can see around the world.
Okay.
But in the present day, today tides are predicted with extreme accuracy, now using a sophisticated software on digital computers that account for hundreds of tidal constituents, say factors. Constituents?
Mm-hmm.
Tide forecasts are crucial for modern activities, yes, shipping, navigation, and fishing. Maybe that has a lot to do with where the fish are at.
Could be.
You know. Um, for shipping, well, I would expect my package to really arrive on a good tides. So I bet it has a lot to do with that.
Shipping and tides.
Navigation.
Sure, oh, I'm sure taking into when you can go into port and when a huge ship can dock and all that shit. I'm sure it has something to do with it.
If there's a storm,
but I'm
obviously they have to delay it.
I'm also sure we've come up with a million solves for weather, for tides coming up and down.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could go on YouTube and find a million things showing this.
Now I guess we have a predictable rise and fall of tides represent a reliable source of renewable energy.
Right.
So we're using the tides now
Mm-hmm.
to get, is it ocean powered or?
Sure, I would imagine.
Wind
Tide
powered.
power. So that can be wind. I mean, we use wind. There's wind power out on the ocean too, because obviously there's going to be heavy winds. Mm-hmm. Winds is what creates 99% of waves. You also, you got huge mudslides and earthquakes. Yeah, there's been a few flying around here. Mm-hmm. But you're going to have all that stuff that creates waves.
It's a good source. I mean, it's constant if you come to think about it.
But wind is big. But if you're going to use something like tides, it would be, I guess, I don't know, I'd have to do research on how that would be. But, something, the tide goes up and somehow you harness that power, I guess. I don't know.
How would they build that?
I don't know. We'll have to look that up. What else you got on tides and waves there, love?
Say climate change impact.
Does that change the tides?
Rising sea levels due to climate change are altering tidal dynamics.
Okay.
Changes in ocean depth and coastline shape can significantly affect the magnitude and timing of local tides, the critical factor of coastal communities and ecosystems to monitor. So it's kind of affecting because the poles are melting.
So that's making the
water rise.
The water rise, or is there a bigger fluctuation in the tides now?
Well, because of the rise of the water, it's making a breakage through a balance on the coastal lines, I guess.
Okay.
Which, yes, some species I've heard about wolves and shit are kind of struggling because of the coastal lines. If the coastal line doesn't go as far as it needs to, they probably look for dead fish around the coastal line.
Okay.
Got dragged in with tides. If the line's not getting there, I think I heard or I saw something saying of wolves adapting into grabbing the crab traps that humans have.
What, they dive down and grab them, or the tides go down and they sit there? They just
swim to them, grab them, come back to the shore, open them somehow, and eat the shit that's in them. Because they know they come out.
It's got to be an easy.
They kind of seen how humans do, how they get the traps and how maybe they get to open them somehow. Maybe they have, because I saw.
Well, yeah, I've had a bunch of dogs that get out of their kennels that are probably the same gauge as most crab traps are.
Probably.
And they can rip out of them. Now you're thinking of a wolf that just swam out, grabbed a crab trap, brought it back into shore, tore the shit out of it because there's
But
a bunch of.
it waited for it to have something, because it's not like they just going out there because they know it's a trap. They're waiting for the trap to actually have a something in there, taking it out, because they, I don't know how, but they timed everything.
Okay.
They're adapting to new ways of how to get their
Well,
food.
I think every animal is adapting and evolving, slowly, and um, I think as we all adapt and evolve, and the world does, and the earth and space, I think there'll be.
It's crazy to think how an animal can adapt so quick, or generations.
Well, do you got anything else on tidal waves, or?
It's crazy to think about.
Do you know anything like that, or are we gonna wrap this one up, or what do you got?
Let's see. I rate that. This one, like, about the moon phases. Spring tides occur during the new moon and full moon, so we get it twice a month.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
During these phases, the sun, earth, and moon are aligned in a straight line, an arrangement called zizigi. Zizigi.
Sure.
The sun's gravitational pull is added to the moon's, creating a combined stronger tidal force.
Okay.
This combined force causes the ocean bulges to be larger than average, resulting in higher than normal high tides, and lower than normal low tides. Spring tides happen approximately twice a month, every 2 weeks. The term spring refers to the water springing forth, not the season. Oh, okay. That explains a lot to me. I thought.
What now? Explain it to me.
I thought it was on the spring because it says spring.
Okay.
But it doesn't happen in spring.
Okay.
The name comes because it's the ocean springing forth.
Oh.
Not the actual season.
Okay.
Which that's what I thought.
Okay. Yeah.
But now it makes more sense.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Neap tides, which is the smallest ones, no, occur during the first quarter and third quarter moon phases, when the moon appears half full or half empty. Which one's which one? I don't know. How they happen. During these phases, the sun, earth, and moon form a right angle. Okay. The sun's gravitational pull partially cancels out the moon's pull, because they are pulling the oceans in different directions.
Okay.
I think I understand that one.
Yeah.
This counteracting force results in a smaller difference between high and low tides, meaning lower than average high tides and higher than average low tides. Oh, it makes a difference. It is. It's a lot of difference. There's a lot of difference.
Oh, yeah.
Neap tides also happen approximately twice a month, about 7 days after a spring tide. So it's both of them. It's bi-weekly. When they're gonna be high tides, the next week's gonna be lower tides.
Oh, it's not daily?
No, it's weekly. You see, about 7 days after a spring tide.
Isn't there daily tides along with weekly tides, or no?
Yeah.
There is daily tides that.
But it's
a very precise question about the timing of tides. The rise and fall of ocean tides are dominated by daily cycles, not weekly cycles.
Daily cycles.
The variations you see over the course of a week are changes in the height of the daily tides, not the timing.
Oh, okay.
Daily tides, the primary cycle.
So yeah, it
happens in every quarter.
Every day. But the tides.
But the actual timing, it's when the moon, it's either full, half full, which there's the neap ones, where the pull from the moon and the sun, they are stronger, but somehow they cancel out. That's why it creates the smaller tides,
Mm-hmm.
uh, average or usual. And when the moon it's back to new, it's when the sun, earth, and moon are aligned with each other. We makes a different kind of pools, and they're kind of aligned with each other, which makes the two full and larger tides and the smaller tides.
Yeah, so them few days
It's a
will be
quarter
higher.
every quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, but it will happen twice a day, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now, since you're in this section of the lunar cycle,
Yes.
right?
Being full.
Meaning it will be bigger or smaller,
Yeah.
depending on where you're at in that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it goes by
Okay.
segments. So this is a full, then it's a quarter, and then it's back to new. So in every
Okay.
time that
Cool.
this quarter is happening, it's when it's either low high tides than usual,
Okay.
or higher low tides than usual. It all depends on where the quarter is happening.
Okay.
Which that's what I didn't knew actually.
Well, do we have anything else? I feel like.
Well, like you said earlier, the highest levels in the world
Mm-hmm.
are in Bay of Fundy in Canada. Which the world largest wave that we've had, or tidal waves that we've had, have been 53.6 feet in Burnt Code Head, which
Mm-hmm.
is Canada.
Mm-hmm.
In Hants County, Nova Scotia. Which that's how it
That's
looks.
crazy. So yeah, if you look into them places, they can show you the high tides and
Yep.
low tides and what they look like.
Yep.
And it's amazing to see how big of a difference, almost like opening up a desert.
But you
looks.
see how the sun is over there, and
Mhm.
the pool goes over to where the sun is, and the sun here it's probably over here, so it pulls it back in. Or that's what I'm seeing here. And since
Sure.
we are connecting dots with dots, I'm
Well, I'm
doing
getting
that in my
hungry.
head. Daddy's getting hungry, so we're gonna get off. Like we said, tonight's gonna be another one. We're gonna do something kind of close but different setup.
Okay.
We'll see what we're gonna talk about tonight.
All right.
Have
Thanks
a
for
good day.
coming. Thanks for joining. Thanks for saying hi. Hi, everyone. That was it. Some tides and some goodbyes. See you tonight, guys.